think of when you look at that monument and you've seen your name and all that comes with it?
I mean, it's an interesting journey because like we started over in Worth where we see all of this impressive stuff for UConn women's and men's basketball, and then I come out here and like seeing names that I didn't even realize were Olympians, you know. So and especially because Andy was telling the story out here, but he also told us when I was talking to him before we came out here about why he wanted this monument and being at Stanford and all of that. So like it's really cool, and I think a lot of people know the history of UConn men's and women's basketball, but you don't know about the Olympic athletes because their stage when they're here at UConn might not be as big. So it's great that we're recognizing that.
Were there any specific stories or names that you saw that really you didn't like popped out at you? Something that you maybe hadn't seen or heard of before?
And I haven't really had a chance to look at it that closely, but I did look at my year, and I was like, oh, there's 2 other Olympians here. Oh, I knew that field hockey player. I didn't even realize when I was in Atlanta that she was in Atlanta too. So there's kind of a cool connection with that. I have to say, largely unaware outside of basketball what the Olympic history here is here at UConn.
I stumbled across an article during these past Olympics that a couple of years ago your kids bugged you to see your gold medal from Atlanta. Have you seen that gold medal since that day?
It's in a drawer somewhere. But yeah, we were watching the Olympics, and one of my kids was like, Mom, you've got one of those, don't you? During the medal ceremony. So we drove down to the safety deposit box and got it out, and yeah, they're largely unimpressed by anything that I have ever done. One of the cool things today was my youngest, who's 11, is a huge Megan Rapinoe fan, and she'd never met her, but and didn't know she was going to be here. And Megan walked over and saw my daughter and knew she was here. She's like, "Give me a hug." My daughter just went stone like this, was like just completely frozen, and so like. For my kids, like that's what impresses them. Nothing that I do, they don't care. But so it's neat to be here that they see that, or that they get a chance to see some of the players that they watch in the WNBA and such.
And I'm sure not enough can be said about people like Sue and Diana, who, like Andy was saying, been here. They had their own legacies here, and then like 5 medals from themselves. Just having them be part of this history too.
Yeah, and what's kind of funny is not the right word, but like we've kind of become accustomed to that. Like, when's the last time there wasn't a UConn player on an Olympic team? Was it 92? On a women's basketball Olympic team. So here it's like it's a normal thing. It's really, really, really hard to be an Olympian, whether it's women's basketball or or any of the sports that are represented over there. But when you see players like Sue and Diana, who are doing it, Olympics after Olympics after Olympics, it makes it look easy. Like an incredible accomplishment for all the people to be on there. I mean, whatever the odds are for it is in each sport, to have a chance to represent your country in that way is incredible. So it's like I said before, it's nice that people are being recognized in that way when they might not be household names because of the sport that they play.
When you watch women's basketball, do you ever think back to you were part of something that started what they've done?
I don't think that, but it was funny because when we were walking through the practice facility and they've got the whole wall, like 11 championships and this picture and that picture, Kara was kind of looking and she's like, "You kind of helped build this," and then she's like, "And I never would have let them use that picture of me." But on occasions like this, you reflect on stuff, and it is like you kind of look around and think, wow, this is pretty incredible. Even when we were walking, and my youngest was like, on the other side where it says like Department of Athletics, she's like, "Oh, Department of Athletics." I'm like, "Yes, this is where they also play the basketball games." And like this was brand new when I was here. Like there's been a long road between then and now, and like when you have opportunities like this, you do reflect a little bit in your place on it.
What does that say about just the longevity of the UConn women's basketball team and what Gina's been able to build here?
I mean, it's incredible. Like, again, when we were walking, and it's 11 national championships, and you look up and see the banners, and I think people who are here a lot or have been UConn fans for a long time take that for granted. When you look around the country, like, it's a huge deal to win a national championship. And for places who've won it once, it's a huge deal. And for places when they've won it twice, or last year when Tara Vanderveer had, 20 years or whatever it was between her last championship, it's a huge deal. Like, I think sometimes here it can get taken for granted because it's been such an incredible feat year after year. What is it? 13 straight Final Fours?
Yeah.
13 straight Final Fours. Like, for many programs, you go there once and it's like, you know, you're going to be having a reunion for that forever, even if you didn't win the whole thing. And it's really, it's a whole different legacy that's been left here.